good morning. Or as people say in Canada, good morning. I don't know why you would think that people in Canada say good morning in a different way. Anyway, today we have another tier list. This time I wanted to judge all of the Dota 2 heroes by their alternate names. In case you guys didn't know, this is for the younger gamers in the audience, everyone who isn't an unk like me. Back in Dota 1, all Dota heroes, it was a universal thing. All Dota heroes had a title and a given name, a lore name. Whereas in Dota 2, their Valve seemed to pick and choose which hero retained their given lore name or their given title. You can tell by like certain heroes like Jakiro, and then that's their name, versus a hero like Dragon Knight, that's his title. So Valve kind of flip-flopped between which hero received their name and which hero received their title. And this tier list is meant, in my opinion, I wanted to judge as to whether or not Valve did a good job of selecting their given name. Like, for example, if I think their lore name, their given name is better, or if their alt name is dogshit. I will be basing all of these heroes by their alternate names. This is actually one thing that League of Legends does very well, because everyone in League of Legends, all the champions, all of them are called by their given name, even though they all have titles, but all of them are called by their names. So at the very least, it's consistent. Whereas Dota, there is absolutely no rhyme or reason. So let's get into the tier list. Let me explain the categories real quick. What was Valve thinking is the top one. This is where like their alternate names was so much better than their normal name that like, what the fuck was Valve thinking giving not using their alt names? Better than normal name, that's just exactly what it says. If you're like, yeah, it's a little better, it's just a little better than their normal names. Neutral is when I think that it could have gone either or, Dog water alt name. So this is where like Valve actually made the right choice by keeping their normal name, because their alt name is dog shit, probably. And no alt name, because there's actually quite a few heroes who canonically don't have an alternate name. Well, we'll bring those up as we do this video more. I also have Liquipedia open here, just in case I need to double check my resources. So let's get straight into this. Abaddon. Now, wow, voice crack. I swear to God, I've also dropped at some point. Abaddon is a biblical name. Yes, I believe it's taken from the Bible. And his title is, the Lord of Avernus. Now, the Lord of Avernus is a metal as fuck name, right? Like, that is a really cool, even though it's a little wordy. But then again, there's some Dota heroes here that have wordy names, like Keeper of the Light. People just shorten it to Kotal. If Abaddon's given name would have been Lord of Avernus, people would have shortened that to LOA or just Avernus. Yeah, they probably would have just called him Avernus. But then again, Abaddon also sounds it's a baller as fuck name as well. Like let's see if under the trivia section here, was I right? Was it a bit Hebrew? Yeah, it's in the Bible. Yeah, the regular Bible and the Hebrew Bible. Yeah, translates to doom or destruction. Apologies if you hear background noise. My air conditioning just turned on. Yeah. Abaddon, or both of these are really good. Both of these are really good. But, and I have to apply some of my biases here, Abaddon is already in of itself a cool name. It's a very unique name. You don't hear it a lot. And also, because of how it's spelled, ABA, that guarantees that in every alphabetical list of Dota, Abaddon will always be at the top. So, because of that, I will put Abaddon in better than normal name. No, Jesus. I'm rating these as their alt names. No, so neutral. Yeah, neutral. I could make another category, an in-between. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Oh boy, there were We're really this is live editing. Oh boy. Worse than normal name. Okay. Let's just make that blue. Blue for Abaddon. Or this, yes, there. Perfect. Yeah. Abaddon goes there. Because I personally think that while Lord of Avernus is cool, I do think Abaddon can... I'm so indecisive. I'm putting it to neutral. Because they're both really cool. They're both really cool names. Both of them. Okay? This entire tier list will just be basing off their alt names. Alt name tier list. Alchemist. Where's Alchemist? There he is. Alchemist's name is... Alchemist is his title. His name is Razzle Darkbrew. Now that's a name for an alchemist if I've ever heard one in a fantasy setting. Razzle Darkbrew. You know, in order to help kind of see how this feels, I'm gonna try to imagine myself in a pub and telling my teammate to last pick Razzle. Bro, you have last pick. Pick Razzle. They're not gonna see it coming. Pick Razzle, dude. You can flash farm with him. You can buy ags for us. Pick Razzle. Yeah, bro. Razzle's so broke. He's so meta right now, bro. Oh, bro, did you see the Razzle nerfs? Does that sound better? Does that have a better mouthfeel than Alchemist? Because Alchemist is... I'm biased, of course, because we've been calling Alchemist for the last 14 years now. But it's not a unique name. Alchemists are dime a dozen when it comes to fantasy settings or fantasy related settings. So, you know, just by virtue of Razzle Darkbrew sounding, because Razzle, I feel like it falls under where it's a little too generic. But then again, Alchemists, the Alchemist is not a standout name at all. Like, if this was a name tier list, Alchemist would go in like D tier or something. You know, I think just by that, I have to default him to better than normal name, because Razzle Darkbrew is a more unique sounding name than the Alchemist. So yeah, his alternate title of alternate name of Razzle Darkbrew is better. Yeah. All right. Next, Ancient Apparition. Kaldir. I think it's Kaldir. Yeah, Kaldir, the Ancient Apparition. Now, I'll just start this off by saying the title of the Ancient Apparition, now that is cool. You know what, just for this one, because AA's voice is kind of ASMR adjacent. So for this one, I'm gonna get all nice and personal to the microphone. Ancient Apparition, Kaldir. Like, imagine you're telling your supports, oh my god, we need anti-heal, pick Kaldir. Bro, we need some global pressure, pick Kaldir. Dude, the Kaldir buffs are so good, pick Kaldir. Pick Kaldir. I think it's Kaldir because there's no connecting vowel between these two. So Kaldir. You know, I don't actually think that's better. No, Ancient Apparition is way cooler than Kaldir. So this one worse. Yeah, I think that's a solid baseline for worse than normal name, because Ancient Apparition is pretty fucking hard to beat. All right. So next up, Anti-Mage, and if I'm not mistaken, Anti-Mage does not have a name. Yeah. Anti-Mage does not have a name. He is just called the Anti-Mage. Like, I know people are gonna bring up Dota 1 for sure. They're gonna call him Magina or Mangina. But Mangina has no canonical name in Dota 2. Like, I know that Persona has a name, Wei. But that we're not judging Wei, we're judging Anti-Mage. And Anti-Mage has no alt name. So he stays in the no alt name part. Yeah, simple as. Like, and I'll be so real. If Magina was canonical, and he was like, if Valve kept Magina, but they still called him Anti-Mage, but Magina was his name, it'll go here. It's funny, for sure. But no one would respect Anti-Mage if he was actually called Magina. So he stays in no alt name. You're lucky. You stay there. Next up, Arc Warden. Okay. What's wrong? What's with Liquipedia? Is it taking so long? You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and open a bunch of these now. Let it load. You know, I guess Liquid hasn't gotten they're not paying for their servers, bro. Okay, so Arc Warden, if I'm not mistaken, his name is Zet. Yes, Zet the Arc Warden. Now Zet, that's a cool name. It's a Z. The Z. You don't see that very often. So Zed the Arc Warden. Sounds pretty cool. Sounds. Apologies for the chair creaking noises. Yeah, Zed. Oh my god, bro! I hate playing in the Herald brackets because everyone last picked. All the Smurfs last picked Zed. Zet. All the Smurfs and boosters are picking Zet. Bro, I hate playing against Zet so much. He's such a monster in the late game. Zet is such a flash run. You know, it is cool. It is unique. It's a name you don't see very often. But the Arc Warden. That's a kind of intimidating name. It's kind of intimidating. So Zet, I think actually is worse. And also, this is a name that they kept from Dota 1, because back in Dota 1, Arc Warden was just a lightning dog, right? He was just some little woofer who zaps people. But in Dota 2, he is the third ancient. He is a cosmic entity, one of the most powerful beings in the setting. Why does motherfucker have a name then? You know, it's just weird. So let's just keep him there. Worse than normal. Zet. L. All right, now on to Axe. And Axe, in case you guys didn't know, that is his title. Yes, his name is Mogul. Yeah, Mogul Khan. Mogul Khan, the Axe. Now the Axe. It's weird because, like, you hear the word Alchemist and you think, oh, that's a generic name, and then you hear the name Axe and you're like, Axe, that's just a weapon. But no one calls themselves the Axe. So if you're willing to call yourself the definitive version of a weapon, that's kind of cool. That's kind of like, damn. So Mogul Khan. Now, if I'm not mistaken, like Genghis Khan, that's not his name. Some people might not know this, but Genghis Khan, that is not his name. That is his title. I don't know what it means, but I've seen some documentaries and history videos that some historians say that his name might have been Temujin or something like that, Temujin. And Genghis Khan is not his name. That is just his title or his moniker or whatever. So it's rather funny that they're trying to model Axe like this bloodthirsty warrior who fought in an army, and they're trying to say that his name has the word Khan in it, even though Khan, that's not a name, at least in our, you know. Then again, there's like Khan from Star Trek or whatever, but shut up. Anyway, Mogul Khan is a cool fucking name. That is a very cool fucking name. Like, I could see people, they wouldn't call him Mogul or just Khan. I think because the name sounds so cool and unique, they would always call him Mogul Khan, or at the very least Khan. Khan sounds cool. The Axe is also just really fucking cool. Or Axe. I'm tapping my desk with my water bottle cap because, you know. It seems weird that, like, oh, I want to put Axe on the S tier thing, but I have to put him in neutral, not because his names are meh, but because both of his names are just that fucking cool. I have to put him in neutral. It's like if I was rating their alt names, S tier, but I'm rating his alt name in comparison to his normal name, so he neutral because they're both just that cool. Well played, Axe. Well played. Congrats. Having two S tier names cancels you out and puts you in neutral. Good job. Next, we have Bane, Atropos, or Atropos or Atropos, Atropos. If I'm not mistaken, that's a Greek word or Greek name. Yeah. In Dota 1, his title was the Bane Elemental, but they just called him. It's right here. It's right here. The Bane Elemental. I don't know why they cut it off, but it's right there. It's right there. I don't know. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see this a little better. Yeah. Yeah, the Atropos, so the Bane Elemental. Let me scroll down. Let me scroll down. You know, like, I'm not even worried about how long this video is. You guys are just here to... Oh, yeah. The Moirai sisters? What's that? Are these the Sisters of Fate? Oh, they are. Oh, yeah, they are. They are the Sisters of Fate. Yeah, yeah. I should know this. I played God of War 2. Yeah. I should know this. What the fuck's wrong with me? Anyway, okay, so Atropos is a Greek name, and yeah, it makes sense. The fate, and well, does it? Because I don't know why I'm not gonna devolve this into a history conversation. Anyway, Atropos. Now that is a unique sounding name. The Bane, though. Bane. So, you know, I'm gonna make an exclusive decision here. Some people might think that it could be better or it could be worse. I'm gonna put Atropos as neutral. The same thing with Axe, maybe not to the same degree. Whereas Axe is like two S tier names bumping into each other and canceling out to neutral. Bane is like two A tier names. Very cool, both of them. They cancel out. Maybe some people would be more inclined because, oh, Bane is so cool. I watched The Dark Knight Rises, so it goes here because Atropos is boring and Bane is cooler. Nah, neutral. It's fine. Batrider. Now, before I check, if I'm not mistaken, Batrider doesn't have a name. I don't think Batrider is a name. Yes, I was correct. Batrider has no name. I actually don't know what Batrider's name was in Dota 1. I don't know. Yeah. Actually, I could be wrong. This is something that I know for sure they did to Nature's Prophet and maybe Beastmaster. But early Dota 2, early Beastmaster and early Nature's Prophet had unique names because they couldn't use their names from Dota. They couldn't use their names from Dota 1 because those were Warcraft characters. And so they gave them unique Dota 2 names, and then they removed them because they sounded so fucking stupid. I wonder if the same thing happened to Batrider. Like, maybe he had a name that was transferred to Dota 2 because his name couldn't be copied from Dota 1 because it was a Warcraft reference, but then they just retconned it and made it that he has no name. And anyway, that's just an excuse to say just there, no alt name. And now let's see if I was right. Beastmaster. Where's Beastmaster? Beastmaster. There we go. No, I was wrong. They kept it. Yeah, because back in Dota 1, Beastmaster was called Rexxar, but they can't call him that because Rexxar is a character in Warcraft. So they gave him this fucking name, Karoch the Beastmaster. I could have sworn they retconned this, but they didn't. See, the Beastmasters, because usually in the flavor texts, usually in these flavor texts of the spells, that's when they refer to heroes by their alternate names. But in Beastmasters, it doesn't. It just says the Beastmaster. Because this would normally say, like, after befriending the strange beast of his childhood, Karoch has learned to call. Yeah, normally that's what the flavor text would say. But no. Yeah, the Beastmaster. So I could have sworn This isn't me going crazy. I could have sworn that early days Dota 2, because I used to read the flavor text of spells, because, you know, they're flavor. I'm not like a motherfucker who eats unseasoned chicken. What am I, a crazy person? Anyway, the flavor text was actually really nice. And I could have sworn I saw this cursed name in the flavor text of old Beastmaster spells. So I'm not sure if this is just because Liquipedia, the ever-reliable Dota resource Wikipedia page, I'm not sure if it's outdated and they just haven't removed this, but if Liquipedia prides itself in being a reputable source of information for Dota 2, I'm going to go off on their word and say that this is still canon. I'm going to go off on that this is still, you know, part of the game. Actually, you know, there's a better way to test this. I'm going to go to just the Dota 2, here, the Dota 2, just Dota2.com. Dota2.com. So this is the official Dota 2 website, not the wiki, the official Dota 2 website. Let's go to Beastmaster. Read full history. Karach. Yep. It's right there. It's on the official, confirmed. It is on the official Valve Dota 2 website. So Karach is his official canon name. With all that being said, it is a dog water. No one out there is gonna start calling Beastmaster Karach. Fucking carrot. What is this? VeggieTales? VeggieTales ass name? Mr. Carrot? No. Dog water name. Jesus Christ. Terrible. Alright. Now, before I checked, if I'm not mistaken, Bloodseeker's name is Stigwar. Stigwar. Something like that. Yes, Stigwar. Is he Welsh? Is he allergic to the letter E or something? But yeah, Stigwar. That is a Stigwar, the Bloodseeker. Bro, there's an anti-mage on the enemy team. Pick Stigwar. Stigwar's so strong. I still sometimes hear old Dota veterans sometimes refer to him as Stigwar. Stigwar, the Bloodseeker. Stigwar. But Bloodseeker is also a really fucking cool name. Oh my god, is every hero just gonna end up in neutral because both of their names and titles sound really fucking cool? Because I really like Stigwar. But I can't lie that because Bloodseeker is also a really fucking cool title. Oh, I want to put it up here. But I can't because Bloodseeker, the Bloodseeker, is a cool fucking title. Oh, this is hurting me. Because it seems like, you know, I think what's throwing me off is by having neutral be like into this gradient when it shouldn't be. It should be blue. Yeah, see, it should be unaligned with these two colors. So neutral, fine. Bloodseeker, Stigwar, neutral, because they're both really fucking cool. Now, Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter's name is Gondar. Gondar, the Bounty Hunter. And in this instance, I will definitely say that they should have made Gondar into his name. Like, yeah, the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter is such a... There's dime a dozen of these. Not even just exclusive to fantasy. Fucking the Mandalorians, Boba Fett, Jango Fett. Those guys are bounty hunters. This is really niche knowledge, but to those who like Mech Warrior and BattleTech, there's a character in there, a mercenary, who goes by the name the Bounty Hunter. Really fucking generic. So yeah, what the fuck was Valve thinking? His name should have been Gondar from day fucking one. It's literally a place, a city, a faction. Yeah, it's a place, it's a city from Lord of the Rings. What the hell? It would have been super fucking cool. What the hell, Valve? What the fuck was Valve thinking? It should have been Gondar. Bounty Hunter is way too generic. Alright, next, Beastmaster. I actually don't know, I don't remember what Beastmaster's name is, assuming he has one at all. Let's check his name. Manx? I'm gonna look this up. I wanna make sure that I can't spell. Oh my god, I'm just showing that I'm just... Mango? No, what the fuck? No. The meaning of names. No. No, I don't think there's any. Mangix. Mangix? Mangix. 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 Mangix? I can't even fucking pronounce it properly. But the Brewmaster does sound kind of cool, but Mangix, assuming that I'm pronouncing that right, which I definitely am not. That's a cool fucking name. That is a cool fucking name. Oh, Mangix. I'm gonna put it in better than normal name because Brewmaster is a cool name. But if everyone kept calling him Mangix, assuming let's just go with the fact that that's how it is pronounced. But if it was, people would actually learn, how to properly pronounce names with the letter X in them. I cannot stand names with the letter X in their fucking names. It is impossible to pronounce names that end in X. This motherfucker is a perfect example. There's more of them. I know Lifestealer's name ends in an X. It's impossible. There's soy boy wannabes who want their name to be super fucking unique by adding an X at the end. Idiots. Anyway, if his name was that, we could actually pronounce it because we would be forced to learn how to pronounce it. So, better than normal name for Mangix. That still doesn't sound right, but I have to move on. Bristleback. Now, Bristleback is his title. His name is Rigwall. Back in Dota 1, he was a boar, like a pig. That is a very pig-sounding name. The Bristleback. But it's a very in-your-face title. But I think that's more memorable than Rigwall. Yeah. Worse than normal name, Rigwall. I don't think your parents respected you very much. They named you with the intention of you being bullied at school. Does it go in Dogwater? I don't think it's that bad. I think it's just kind of whatever. The Broodmother, if I'm not mistaken, her name is actually called Black Arachnia. Let's check. Yeah. I mean, there's other characters with that name. Actually, I think it's just Transformers now that I think about it. But, nah. Now, what was Valve thinking? The fuck was Valve thinking? Broodmother versus Black Arachnia? It's way fucking cooler than the Broodmother. Fuck off with that bullshit. Yeah, what the fuck was Valve thinking? This should have been her name, man. Oh, Valve, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? All right, let's already open up these. Everyone under C, because I think I already opened up some of these, but go ahead, because Wikipedia seems to be having a heart attack. Centaur. His name is Brad Warden. Brad Warren or Warden? Brad Warden. That's shit. That's a cool fucking name. That's a cool fucking name. What the fuck? Jeez. That is a really cool fucking name. I know for a fact that his title was changed slightly, because in Dota 1 it was Centaur War Chief or something. It was War Chief. Yeah, I think so. And here, because he's not a chief, he's a gladiator, so they changed it to Centaur War Runner. And it doesn't matter because people just call him Centaur anyway. But Brad Warden. Shit, it's better. It's just better. Yeah, because Centaur, you're just telling them what you are. Centaur War Runner. That's like people calling, I don't know, that's like people calling Jakiro Dragon. Yeah, Brad Warden. That's a cool fucking name. What the hell? Yeah, I'm almost tempted to put it up here. I'm executive decision. I'm putting Centaur's name in. What the fuck was Valve thinking? Brad Warden. Should have changed this to CH. The Chad Warden at that point. Damn. That's a cool fucking name. What the hell? All right, yeah. All right, I'll keep it there. All right. Now, if I'm not mistaken. Chaos Knight's name back in Dota 1 was Nisage. But that's not the case. He doesn't have a name, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, no name for Chaos Knight. Which is very funny because his ultimate nemesis has a name, but he doesn't. So no name for Chaos Knight, unfortunate. And if he kept the name Nisage, I would have put it here. Just letting you know. I don't think it's a cool name. I think just him being Chaos Knight is better. All right, Chen, the Holy Knight. You know, there's already several knights in Dota who are called by their names instead of their titles. Chen is one of them. Sven is another one, because Sven's title is the Rogue Knight. And then there's characters who are knights like Dragon Knight and Omni Knight, called by their titles even though they have names. Chen? Nah, bro. I mean, the 5 Chen players in existence can fight me in the comments, but I think Chen is man, I think his alt name is better. Holy Knight? Yeah, the Holy Knight? I think that's cooler. Yeah, that's a cooler fucking name right there. Alright, Clinks. Clinks is his name. His title is the Bone Fletcher. Yeah. The Bone Fletcher. Be real, Clinks is a cool name because it's unique. It's a cool name. Names that end with Z as opposed to X, now those are cool. Names that end with Z, those are baller names. And names with that ends in X's. Boo, I hit my mic. Boo. L. But this with a Z at the end, with a Z at the end, now that's cool. And but the Bone Fletcher is also a cool fucking sounding title, bro. How would people even call, like, if this was his name? Bro, pick Bone Fletcher, pick BF, pick Battle Fury, pick BF, pick the Fletcher, bro. Pick the Fletcher. The more I say it, the more I don't like it. I think Clinks is just a cooler name. Yeah, I think his alt title, or his alt name, yeah, his normal name is Clinks. His alternate title, the Bone Fletcher, is worse. Yeah, good job for keeping him as Clinks. Clockwork, his name is Rattletrap. Oh, not mistaken. Yeah, Rattletrap. Even though both of those sound like a fucking title, bro. Both of those sound like a title. Rattletrap or the Clockwork. I mean, you know, because Rattletrap, that sounds like a wig. Yeah. I love playing Clockwork, but Rattletrap? Even though that is his name, not his title, that actually tells you more about him than the Clockwork. The Clockwork. That just also sounds wrong. The Clockwork? That just sounds weird. Now, Rattletrap, because you literally trap them, and you're in a rattling suit of armor, which could have been your title. Instead, it's your name. What the fuck was Valve thinking? Rattletrap would have been an awesome name for Clockwork. What the hell, man? Okay. Riley, right? Riley, the Crystal Maiden. Both of them are kind of cool. Yeah, both of them are kind of cool names. I think it's neutral. No. Yeah, I think it's neutral. Because Riley is a unique name. You don't hear that a lot. The Crystal Maiden. It's a cool sounding name. Now, Darkseer. Ishkafel. The Darkseer. I don't even need to look this up, but I will for the sake of, Ishkafel. I mean, it's a very unique, mystical sounding name. But the Darkseer? That's just a really cool name. It's a really cool fucking name. I'm gonna put Ishkafel as worse than his normal name. Now, Dark Willow, her name is Mariska, right? I have so many tabs open. Yeah, Mariska Sunbreeze, thus the Dark Willow. Mariska. I feel like just for the sake of separating her from Darkseer, having her named Mariska, because apologies to anyone named Mariska out there, but Mariska sounds like a very malevolent name, you know? Like it has a sense of dread and foreboding about it, which, I mean, I'm hyping up Dark Willow a lot because she's basically just like a thief, a petty criminal who sometimes does high crime. But yeah, I think Dark Willow is sorry, Mariska is better than her normal name of Dark Willow. Yeah, they should have named her Mariska, in my opinion. Now, Dazzle. Dazzle is his name, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Dazzle the Shadow Priest. And I'll tell you right now, we don't need another shadow something. We have a shadow demon, we have a shadow shaman, a shadow fiend. We don't need a shadow priest. So Dazzle is his alt name is Dogwater. It's Dogwater. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that his name is Dazzle, because Dazzle is it just sounds cooler. It's like a verbal stim, you know. Dazzle. I completely understand why those guys. There's quite a few Dazzle one tricks in my Discord, and you know what? I get it. At least at the very least with his name, because that's a cool name. That's a cool name. Yeah, his alt title of the Shadow Priest, Poo Stinky. All right. After Dazzle, it is Death Prophet, which her name is Crobolus. Yeah, Crobolus. Yeah, doesn't have a good mouthfeel. Bro, pick Crobolus. Bro, just last pick Crobolus so we can push. No, ew, yuck. Ew. Worse than her normal name. Death Prophet's a cool name, or a cool title. Crobolus does not have a good mouthfeel. That's kind of poopy, not gonna lie. Alright, next up, the Disruptor. You know, I'm not going to look at the page yet, but I am fairly certain Disruptor is either, I think that's his name. I'm not joking. I think that is his name. That is not his title. I think that's his name. And assuming I'm wrong, and Disruptor is his title, then his name also sounds like a title. It's like Clockwork with Clockwork and Rattletrap, but worse. I'm fairly certain of this. Let's see. Oh my fucking god, I was correct. Oh my god. If I was live on stream, I would be yelling at you guys to clip this shit. Oh my god. Yeah. His name is Disruptor. His title is the Stormcrafter. Oh my god, this is so stupid. Oh my god, I just have to take a moment because that is a dumb fucking in Dota 1, his name was Thrall. Thrall the Disruptor, but they couldn't call him Thrall because that's a character in Warcraft. So yeah, it was Thrall the Disruptor. So when they brought him over to Dota 2, they took the title and made that into his name, and they gave him a new title. Why? Imagine Disruptor's mother gave this guy's mom gives birth to him, and she's like, yes, you will be called Disruptor. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so dumb. This is so unbelievably dumb. Okay. Stormcrafter. It's a better name. It's a better name than Disruptor. I mean, they're both appropriate. They both kind of fit as to what they do, but Stormcrafter, because it's a title, even though his name is a title, they both represent what they do, but because he makes lightning and storms and shit like that. So calling him the Stormcrafter seems more apt than the Disruptor, even though he does disrupt things with glimpse and shit like that. But the Stormcrafter is a more appropriate, better name. Oh, speaking of metal fucking names, Doom. I have to blow my nose real quick. I blow my nose. Oh my god, sorry, I'm getting cold because of that stupid name. People who play, if you main Disruptor, you are now legally obligated to name your child Disruptor. Doom's name is Lucifer. Yeah. His original title was the Doombringer, but also just shortening it to the Doom is as well. Oh my god, these are like, okay, I'm not that much of an edgy boy, right? Like I don't point at the screen and go and clap my hands like a fucking seal anytime it's like I like playing Doom, the video games, even though Doom 2016 is the best game in that franchise. You know, like I don't have a hard-on for satanic imagery trying to be cool and quote-unquote trying to be metal as fuck, you know, like I don't think I'm susceptible to liking things just because it looks satanic, trying to play it off as metal. That being said, both these names are metal as fuck, bro. Oh shit. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to put him in neutral. It's the same thing with Axe. These are two S-tier names. Let it be known that I said Lucifer is an S-tier name. Yeah, forget Disruptor. This is your choice now. Either you call your kid Disruptor or Lucifer. Take your pick. One is liable to get them bullied in school, and one is liable to make them into the bully. So, take your you have two choices. Anyway, oh boy, everyone's favorite hero. My chair is falling apart. Davion, the Dragonite, as that wonderful anime very proudly reminded us that yes, Davion. I'm gonna constantly bring up BattleTech and MechWarrior. This is the name of one of the great houses from BattleTech. This I'll tell you right now. I think Davion is worse, right, than Dragonite. Dragonite's a cooler sounding name, but I'm gonna search here. House Davion from BattleTech. The fuck is that? That is not House Davion. What the hell? That is not their logo. There, see, look, BattleTech. You like mechs, bro? Do you like big, stompy robots? Play some mech fucking warrior, please. It's a really niche title, but I like these robots. These robots are way cooler than your mechas because, hot take, I don't like it when mechs feel like guys in... that's a problem with a lot of mech stuff, is that they don't feel like mechs. They just feel like big guys in suits, or like a guy... They move too fast. They don't feel like lumbering robots. That's the main reason why people prefer the first Pacific Rim versus the second Pacific Rim, because in the second Pacific Rim, all the Jaegers moved way too fast, like they were normal people. Whereas in Pacific Rim 1, all the robots moved really slow. They were really lumbering, and that's what made them cool. It was the sense of weight, and a lot of these other mech stuff don't feel like there's any weight. Anyway, Dragonite stays in worse than normal name. Drow Ranger. I need to speed this up because there's so many fucking heroes. My air conditioning just turned on again. Traxix. She literally pronounces her name. I'm stupid. I need to hear this. Let me turn on my audio so you guys can hear this.
Traxix.
What? My headphones turned off. That's how long I've been doing this video for. I didn't even hear that.
Traxix.
My headphones are not turning on. Apologies. You guys can hear it on my OBS recording. I can't. So this is a preview into my ever-growing schizophrenia.
Traxix.
Traxix.
Traxix here.
Traxix.
Traxix here.
Traxix. Yes, Traxix. Traxix, the Drow Ranger. I mean, her name isn't supposed... Yeah, it's right here. Drow's ranger's given name is Traxix, which is well suited to short, trollish, rather repulsive Drow people. So this name isn't supposed to make sense for a human, or at least I think Drow is supposed to be human. But yeah, Drow ranger because she lives with the Drow, which are basically ugly little dwarf thingies, like ugly gnomes. But yeah, Traxix. It's a unique name. It's a unique sounding name. The Drow Ranger. Because the Drow... Am I not mistaken that the Drow is just another word for dark elf? Yeah, they're like the dark elves of Dungeons and Dragons. D&D. So I actually think Traxix is better than Drow Ranger because it sounds more unique. Yeah. Let's keep her there. Yeah. Earth Spirit. If I'm not mistaken, his name is Cowlin. Cowlin the Earth Spirit. I'm kind of biased in the sense that I kind of want all the spirits to maintain their titles just for the sake of uniformity. But Cowlin, that's a cool name, I guess. But is it better than the Earth Spirit? Well, this is going to be the problem because like people always confuse Earth Spirit and Earth Shaker, or Earth Spirit and Vengeful Spirit and Spirit Breaker. You know, there could be some confusion. But I think Earth Spirit should keep his name. So I think his alternate name of Cowlin is worse. Not that it's bad, it's just not as good as Earth Spirit. Now, Earth Shaker, I actually forgot what his name is. Rygor Stonehoof. Rygor. Now that's a strong sounding fucking name right there. But is it better than the Earth Shaker? This might be a controversial opinion, but I'm gonna put him in neutral. Because I think Rygor Stonehoof. That's a strong sounding name. I'm gonna keep it in neutral. I'm gonna keep it there. Elder Titan. I think he doesn't have a name. Oh my god. It's the Disruptor shit all over again. Oh my god. Elder Titan, the Worldsmith. So his name is Elder Titan. Even when he was born, or assuming he even gets born, maybe when he created, when he spawned in the universe, he was just the Elder Titan. Even though he was only a second old, he was the Elder Titan. Oh my god. The Worldsmith sounds way cooler. His Elder Titan makes it seem like he's just some unk, you know, he's just an old thing. But the Worldsmith, what the fuck was Valve thinking? That is way cooler than Elder Titan. Fuck off with that. Worldsmith? Mr. Worldwide? Bro? Nah, Valve should have kept it that. What the hell? Okay, Shin. Ember Spirit. I think his name is Shin. Zin? Yes, Shin. Zin? Shin. Either way, I think it's the same deal. In this instance, Ember Spirit sounds cool. So Shin stays in worse than normal name because Ember Spirit is just a better sounding name in my opinion. Enchantress. What's her name? What is her name? How do you pronounce that? My dyslexia is going to be the death of me. Hold on, I gotta turn on the audio for my thing here so you guys can hear it. Okay, does she say her name? Does she say her name? She does not. She does not say her name. Well, looks like I'm just gonna have to butcher it then, much like the hero itself. Althusia? God. Oh my god. Pronounce it for me. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube Pro Dictionary. Why is my...
Yoshita.
What the fuck?
Yoshita.
Thank you. 7 years ago. Get out of there. Oh, here. Pronouncenames.com, the YouTube channel. 13 years ago. Even better.
The following pronunciation is brought to you by pronouncenames.com.
Ay, shit ah.
It's not even the right... Fuck off with this shit, man. Doesn't matter. Enchantress is a better sounding name than whatever the hell that noise is. In fact, I'm so filled with spite for this hero, which I know might anger a few people. If you know, you know. Dogwater alt name. Dogwater. Me no likey. Next, Enigma. Enigma had a name. I think it's the same deal as Batrider, where I think he had a name in Dota 1 called Darkrow. And in early Dota 2, I think he retained that, but then they retconned it where Enigma now has no name. Oh my god. Okay, his name is now Enigma. He had a name before, it was Darkrow. Enigma was the title. What's with this bullshit of changing the title to the name and the name into the title? Anyway, so, okay, Dota 2, his name is Enigma. His title is Consumer of Worlds, bro. What the fuck? How? Okay. If that was his name, people would abbreviate that to cow. Which, I mean, cows eat a lot, so... The Consumer of Worlds, cow. But... who cares? It's a funny. It would have been a funny abbreviation. Would have been a funny nickname. Certainly better than his current nickname, which could be misconstrued as a racial slur. So, I think what the fuck was Val thinking? Just to be absolutely clear, I don't think Dota 2 started off with this as his title. Like, if you went to the Wayback Machine and you looked at early Dota 2 wikis, I can almost guarantee you that this did not appear. I can guarantee you that this title did not appear. Or sorry, it did not appear back then. This is something they must have added semi-recently. But regardless, it's his official title and it's better than Enigma. Consumer of Worlds, the Worldsmith, bro. Come on now. I got it. Faceless Void. Let's see. It's not loading again, so it looks like I'm just gonna have to open a bunch of these while Liquipedia decides what it wants to do with itself. Grimstroke, Gyrocopter, Hoodwink, Huskar, Invoker. All right, Faceless Void, Dark Terror, the face. Oh, dude. Gonna be like this is another double S tier, bro. It's a double S tier that cancels out, bro. The Eldritch Lovecraftian horror that is Faceless Void has a name, Dark Terror. Oh, that's neutral because they're both really good. Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, that is a good sounding name. Next, Grimstroke. Oh, really? No. That better be his title, bro. That better be. I mean, he doesn't have an alternate name, but I hope to God that that's just his title. Like the Anti-Mage deal. Okay, no alt name. Next. Ariel, I believe. Yeah, Aurel the Gyrocopter. Nah, Gyrocopter. Aurel, bro, pick Aurel. He's so meta. No, it sounds like poop. It's not Dogwater, but Gyrocopter's a better name, so Aurel stays in worse than normal name. Yeah. Huskar. If I'm not mistaken, that's his name, and his title is the Sacred Warrior. Yes. Sacred Warrior. SW. Huskar. I mean, Huskar is a unique sounding name for sure, but the Sacred Warrior. That's also a cool title. Damn, this one's a little tough. I think it's gonna have the same situation as Bane, where they're two, not S tiers, not like, they're two A tiers. They're two A tier names, so it cancels out. Neutral. There's gonna be a lot of neutrals. Now the funny one. The funny one. I have to go off of. I know someone in the comments is gonna be like, "Oh, bro, don't you know that Invoker's canonical name in Dota 2 is Carl? Don't you know? Because Undying calls him Carl in this one voice line." It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke that you could say is canonical, but it's a joke. It's a joke. Invoker. It's a joke. I just got proven wrong. Oh my god. I told myself that I have to go off of the wiki, even though it's a joke, man. It's a joke. Oh my god, but it's there in the wiki. I actually thought it wouldn't be on the wiki, but it's in the wiki. I backed myself into a corner. I gun to my head. Fine. Carl, the Invoker. As much as I would want to joke and say that Carl is the better name because it sounds so strange that you would give the super powerful mage the name Carl, no, it's funny. I love that fact that his name is Carl. Right? I love the fact that his name is Carl. But nobody would take him seriously if imagine day one, or whenever Invoker came to Dota 2. Imagine day one of Invoker from Dota 2, and people didn't call him Invoker, people called him Carl. Bro, did you see the double cataclysm that Carl did? No, bro. No. I'm almost tempted to put it here or here. There could be an argument for either one. Because it's a joke, man. Calling him Carl is a joke. It's a joke. I know it's canonical, but it's also a joke. It's a canonical joke. I'm gonna put him there. I'm not gonna expound on it anymore. All right, there. Dogwater alt name. Because yeah. Apologies to anybody named Carl in real life. I skipped Hoodwink. My bad. Hoodwink. Does Hoodwink even have a title? It's just Hoodwink. Okay, no alt title for Hoodwink. Where is Hoodwink? Where did I put Oh, she's down here. My bad. Hoodwink. You go here because you don't have an alt name. Okay, Invoker done. Next up, we have IO. Just gonna go ahead and open these now. Jakiro, Juggernaut, Keeper of the Light, Kez, and Kunka. IO the Wisp. Nah. I'm not gonna say Dogwater because Wisp was actually known as Wisp for a time in early Dota 2, but IO is just a cooler sounding name. Yeah, IO is a way cooler sounding name. It's also a goddess. Or no, it's not. Is it a goddess or is it was it a nymph? I don't remember from Greek mythology. It's a priestess. And yes, I do know that it's a moon of Jupiter. Okay, so it's a priestess. Okay, Io. Jakiro, that's his name. His title is the Twin-Headed Dragon. Twin heads. Twin-Head Dragon. Double Dragon. People could have called him Double Dragon. Is that a sex toy? That sounds like a sex toy brand, Double Dragon. But yeah, people could have called him Double Dragon or Jakiro. I mean, I like Jakiro's name. It's a unique sounding name. But just sometimes seeing a double-headed dragon and calling it what it is might just be the superior choice here. So, oh man, people might get mad at me for this, but I think the double twin-headed dragon is better than Jakiro. It's better than Jakiro in my opinion. All right, Unero, the Juggernaut. Nah, bro, Unero's name is good. This is not me bashing the name, but the Juggernaut. I just love the fact that he's not a tank. I've mentioned this in videos before, but the fact that the agile samurai, the master swordsman, is called the Juggernaut, not because he's buff or tanky, but because you cannot stop him. The other interpretation of the word Juggernaut. I love that. So I will have to put it in worse than normal name because Juggernaut is just that good. Again, I need to remind you that this tier list is not indicative of their name. It just means I'm judging them based off their alternate names, and Unero is not a better name than the Juggernaut. So yeah, Keeper of the Light, Ezalor, right? Yes, Ezalor. That's a very appropriate, lighty sounding name. Keeper of the Light, though. I'm gonna have to put you here. Yeah, Keeper of the Light just sounds way cooler than Ezalor. Sorry. Does Kez have a title? No, he's just Kez. Good. I don't want to spend any more time on Kez. Know your place. There, stay there. Next. Kunka, the Admiral. Nah. Kunka is just that's a unique sounding name. Fun fact, I've said this again in also other videos, but the reason Kunka got his name was because back in the early days of Dota 1, there was an artist who made all of the Dota 1 loading screens who went by the name Kunka. And so to honor them, the Dota 1 developers made a hero named after the artist, which is why we have Kunka. I think that alone, the Admiral, nah, it's not Dogwater, but if this was a tiered list within the tier, it would be at the bottom of worse than normal name, because the Admiral, Kunka though, that's a cool sounding name. All right, let's open up these others. Largo, Legion Commander, Leshrac, Lich, damn it, no. Lifestealer, Lena, Lion, Lone Druid, Lycan, Luna. Okay, so Largo, the Bard Monk. Bro, pick the title does not sound better than Largo. Yeah, Largo is just, I'm biased, you see. Can you see? Do you see what I'm highlighting here? Can you possibly see as to why I'm biased? No, I'm not. Just Largo just sounds way cooler. Yeah, Largo is just a cooler sounding name. So his alternate title was the Bard Monk. Nah, it's worse. It's worse than a normal name. Yeah, simple as. Now Tresden. Yeah, Tresden, the Legion Commander. Tresden that's a cool sounding name. Tresden was a male horseback riding army commander back in Dota 1, and it's nice that they just kept the name, but changed Tresden, gender swapped Tresden, but still kept the name Tresden. I really like the name Tresden. I could be crazy here, but I actually think Tresden could have been like, imagine we got used to calling Leshrac, that's his name. If we got used to calling Legion Commander Tresden, I feel like that could have caught on. I actually think Tresden is a cooler sounding name than her title of Legion Commander. I think Tresden is better than Legion Commander. Yeah, I think so. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments. I'm gonna have to zoom out so I can start fitting more stuff in here. Yeah, Tresden, cool sounding name, very unique. Now, Leshrac, the Tormented Soul, TS. Leshrac. I've always found Leshrac's name to be very strange. Very strange. Yeah, I'm gonna put Leshrac, the Tormented Soul. See, I don't have a strong opinion because they're both kind of whatever. I'm gonna put them in neutral, and this might be the first case where I put something in neutral, not because they're both cool, but because they're both meh. Both the names are just meh in equal measure. Yeah, they're just meh, whatever. Lich. Ethrian. No, bro, you're Kel'Thuzad. You're not Kel'Thuzad. Boring fucking name. This is less than great value Kel'Thuzad. Your name, Dogwater. You basically don't have an alt name. No one out here be calling you Ethrian or Ethrian. Get out of there, Lich. Nah, you're Kel'Thuzad. Dogwater alt name. Lifestealer. The names that end with X. Naix. Naix? Is it Naix or Naix? I've heard people call it Naix and Naix. 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 It's a very weird sounding name, but the Lifestealer. You know, I like them both. I like it's a very strange name. It is a very strange name. But I like it. It's kind of like a Lifestealer supposed to be a deranged monster. So, neutral. Lena, the Slayer. Right? That's her title? Yeah, the Slayer. Even though it's supposed to be the Dragon Slayer. Because she kills dragons, right? That's her whole thing. No, it doesn't say anything. Because like her first spell, yeah. I could have sworn that the flavor text of this was that like Lena actually enslaves dragons or something. Okay. Okay then. Yeah, the Slayer, like the Doom Slayer. I think it is better. The Slayer. Well, it could be misleading. It's like people see Lena, like let's assume you've never played Dota, right? You've never played Dota and you log in and you see that there's a character called the Slayer and you see her and it's like, oh, it's just this hot chick with fire. Why is she called the Slayer? But then again, it's like the same situation with Juggernaut. You log into Dota for the first time, you see Juggernaut and you're like, this guy ain't the tank. Why is he called the Juggernaut? The Slayer? Well, it's just, the Slayer. I'm just gonna go with my gut feeling and say that it's better than her normal name, Lena. Not to say that her name is bad or anything, but I think the Slayer's just a cooler thing. Lion. Oh god, speaking of names that make no goddamn sense. Lion, the Demon Witch. I kind of, it's grown on me, the fact that we call him Lion, and even though his name makes no goddamn sense. The Demon Witch, that sounds kind of generic. It's like they just decided, bro, what are the most evil sorcerer name titles we can clump together? The Demon Witch? Nah. Demon Witch? Nah. Lion's better. Lone Druid. What's his name? Scylla. Yeah, Scylla. The Lone Druid. I just farted. I hope you guys like that. I think it's good. I think it's side. I think neutral. Maybe not to the same extent as Lifestealer, but that's just... sorry, not Lifestealer. The same extent as Leshrac. But I think both their names are just fine. They're like B- tier names for the title and the name. It's fine, I guess. Luna. Luna's the Moonrider, right? Yeah, Luna. The Moonrider sounds cool. I mean, Luna, it's an appropriate name as well. Luna, but I feel like it's a bit too on the nose, right? It's a bit too on the nose. Oh, the Moonrider, it's called Luna. Moonrider sounds way cooler of a name, in my opinion, than Luna. Just saying. Okay, let's keep it there. Let's speed this up. Lycan, Bane Hollow. Bro, what the fuck? It's like Brad Warden, dude. It's like Brad Warden. Bane Hollow, you shit. Valve. You have these heroes with these cool fucking names, and you're putting... Why? I mean, Lycan, you're just telling them what you are. Just like Centaur. But Bane Hollow? Oh, bro, that's way cooler. That's way fucking cooler than Lycan. Did they call you that because Bane was already in the roster and they didn't want to confuse people? Is that why? Maybe. Okay. Let's open up these other ones. Magnus, Marcy, Mars, Medusa, Meepo, Marana, Monkey King, Morphling, and Murta. Where's Magnus? He is here. Magnus. Yes, Magnus the Magnosaurus. I'll be so real with you. The fact that these names are basically almost the same. So Magnus just goes in neutral. It's not it's not bad, it's not like Leshrac level, but it's more like a lone druid, you know, where they're like, your name and title is basically the same goddamn thing. Okay, next, Marcy. Does Marcy have a title? She's just Marcy. Marcy the sidekick. So Marcy gets no alt name. Okay, good. She's just Marcy. Mars. Now, I know the title of my boy, and it's a cool fucking title, let me tell you, even though his name alone is already iconic enough as is. Oh, it's not God of War. I think some of you might have thought it's God of War, but it's not. His official Dota 2 title is the First Son of Heaven. That's a cool title. Unfortunately, his name is Mars, the Roman god of war, the symbol of masculinity. The Mars, the fourth planet, the red planet from the sun. Bro, I'm almost tempted to say that it's worse than his normal name, but the First Son of Heaven is I don't think that would have been appropriate as a title. I don't think it would have been appropriate for his given name, because no one out here be abbreviating this shit into FSH. FSH. Ain't nobody gonna abbreviate that. Mars? No, fuck. I have to. Not because his title is bad, but even just because Mars is just so easily identifiable. I'm sorry, but Mars is just hard. It's impossible to beat. If his name was Mars and his title is this, it's yeah. His normal name is cooler. Medusa, the Gorgon. Nah. Same thing with Mars. The Gorgon. Nah. Medusa is a way more cooler, identifiable name. Like, it's instantly identifiable. Nah. Yeah, you stay there. Meepo the Geomancer. Nah. A Geomancer is it's a unique sounding thing, a title. You control the earth and all that, but Meepo is such a cool, it's such a funny, goofy name. It's a goofy name. Geomancer ain't nothing. It's worse. Geomancer is worse than his normal name. Mirana, Princess of the Moon. If I'm not mistaken, Dota 1, it was Priestess of the Moon, but now she's a Princess of the Moon. I mean, people still call her Potom, you know, P-O-T-M, Potom. I still hear some people occasionally call her that. Yeah, they're Potom. You know, for this one, I kind of lean on neutral, because they're both really cool. Like I said, people can be out here calling Keeper of the Light instead of Ezreal. People could conceivably, in an alternate timeline, call Mirana Priestess, or Princess. Princess of the Moon, Potom, yeah. I feel like that's not a stretch to think, you know? Ooh. Now, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. I think the name Sun Wukong is a cooler name. Yeah, I think Sun Wukong is a cooler moniker than Monkey King. It's just two, I mean, they're basically one and the same. You cannot have one without the other, but it just sounds cooler. Yeah, Sun Wukong. So yeah, as simple as. Morphling. I don't think Morphling has a name. Yeah, Morphling has no alt name. I gotta speed this up because there's still quite a few to go. Morphling. Myrta. Does Myrta actually have a title? Let's see. I actually don't know. She doesn't. I'm noticing a pattern that a lot of newer Dota heroes tend to not have a alternate name. With Morphling, I think it's appropriate that Morphling doesn't have a... Here, tell you what, I'll go through this tier list, and then towards the end, I'll try to assign a headcanon title to heroes with no titles. Okay, not Morphling, because Morphling already has a title. His title is The Morphling. Giving him a name would be dumb. Anyway, I'll do that later. Now I got Naga Siren, Nature's Prophet, Necrophos, Night Stalker, Ogre Magi, Nyx Assassin, Omni Knight, Oracle, and Outworld. Let's see. Naga Siren, her Slithis. Okay, so Slithis is her name. Naga Siren is her title. I don't like that name. I'm gonna be so real. Does she pronounce it? Does she pronounce her name? No, she does not. Probably for the best, because that name kinda poopy. I think that's her name from Dota 1, but that sounds kinda poopy. I would say dog water name. Just keep calling her Naga Siren. It's better. I think it's Now, I think this is going to be a similar situation with Beastmaster. So I'm fairly certain Nature's Prophet had a name back in early Dota 1. He had a Dota 2, sorry. He had a name back in early Dota 2, and they retconned it. This one I have utmost confidence that it is gone. It is scrubbed. We will not see it. But he had one. It was like, I don't even remember. It was such a dog shit name. Let's see. Oh, they removed it. Yes, see, I'm telling you, I'm not going crazy. I'm actually gonna look this up. Search with Google. Nature's Prophet, Dota 2 lore name. Let's see. He had one. I don't want to. I hate having to trust the AI overview, but I think it's right. Tequoia. Yeah, I think that's actually true. Like if I go to Google Images, it'll. I actually think that's true. No. I hate it. But I actually think the AI is correct. Is this it? Let's take a look. It's okay. Spirit. Oh my god. Okay, so this was 8 years ago and it's not here. So it happened much earlier, but I can guarantee you, I'm not going crazy, that was Nature's Prophet's name. It was Tequila. Yeah, it's correct. I think that's actually correct. But that would have been Dogwater, but alas, unlike the other names, it has been officially scrubbed from the data, from the carbon record, from the carbon footprint. It is gone. It's been fucking Stalinized. It's gone. No name. Okay. Necrophos. Rotungere. I mean, they just wanted an excuse to add the word rot into the name. Rotunger. I mean, it's kind of both on the nose. Necro's name has changed. It went from Necrolite to Necrophos. But Rotunger? I feel like if they found a way to play a pun on the rot at the beginning, but all this noise, that's a bit much, a bit messy. It's like a word spaghetti right there. And yes, I am illiterate. I think that's a Dogwater name, bro. Not gonna lie to you. I think that's a Dogwater name, dude. Balinar. That is a cool fucking name. Ball. He literally has the name word ball in his name. But Night Stalker is also a really fucking cool title, bro. I'm gonna executive decision and put that in neutral. People might say that the title is cooler and it could belong here, but I like Ball. I know it's Balinar, but Balinar sounds way cooler because remember the old Try Mike for Instance video? Yeah, Balinar. Now, Nyx Assassin does not have a name because it's kind of cool. The goddess Nyx, or his queen, literally selects one of her brood to become the Nyx Assassin, and anytime that this assassin bug dies, because it'll die every time. Yeah, after his metamorphosis, he is reborn. Every time he dies, his mind gets transferred into a new pupa into a new egg, and he just gets reborn over and over and over again. I think that's really cool, but we're not here to judge the lore. No alt title. Okay, Ogre Magi. This guy's name is Agron Stonebreak. Agron. Oh, that's a cool name. But Ogre Magi is also it's a Ogre Magi. It makes you think. It's like ogre and a mage. It's a cool thing. I'm gonna put it neutral. What on one hand, his given name, it's very appropriate, but his other name also invokes like a sense of intrigue because of the inherent, I guess, contrast, the inherent difference in the two. So okay. Omni Knight. His name is Purist, if I'm not mistaken. Purist Thunderwrath. Damn. I mean, Purist. It's very on the nose. It's very on the nose. And the last name Thunderwrath is kind of cool too. Hold on. I gotta move my microphone a little closer to my face here. Sorry. I'm also just like leaning back now because I just came from work. I'm very tired. But alas, I'm here making only the best content for you guys. Tier lists. Yeah, Ogre Magi. Sorry, no, not Ogre. Omni Knight. I think they're both good. I would lean them to being both neutral. Yeah. Or Purist is a good name. It is a good name, but Omni Knight. That is a cool title. I'm gonna have to put it here. Because not that his lore name is bad, but his title is just that good. All right, next, Oracle, Nerif. I forgot that this was his name. Yeah, Nerif the Oracle. That is a strange. Does he call himself? Does he have a name where he calls himself Nerif? I don't think he does. Yeah, he doesn't. Damn. Okay, Nerif the Oracle. I'll be so real. Nerif is kind of a nothing name, and the Oracle is a very generic name. So I think I'm going to have to put it in neutral because they're both kind of whatever. I have to be so real. They're both kind of whatever. Outworld. Now, does he have a Harbinger? Oh my god. I know if we didn't call him Outworld Devourer, we wouldn't get all the funny versions of his name, like fucking Benedict Cumberbatch, Outhouse Destroyer, shit like that. But Harbinger, though, ooh, that's good, man. That's a spicy name. Executive decision, right? Because some people really like Outworld. I like Outworld Devourer as his name, or sorry, Outworld Destroyer. They keep fucking changing it. Outworld Destroyer, that is a cool title, but the name Harbinger, that's just so fucking cool, dude. That's just so cool. I'm almost tempted to put it in what Valve was thinking, but I can't because Outworld Destroyer is a cool name in of itself, just maybe not as cool as Harbinger in my opinion. So I'll put that better than normal name. Pangolier. What is Pangoliers? Let me open up these other things here. Apologies for the slight delay. I would normally have these all open, but that would I wouldn't be able to see all the tabs. Pangolier is Dante Panglin. The Pangolier. Those are both really good. The name Dante is really fucking cool though. Oh. Alias AR? Who the fuck is calling Pango AR? Where did you get this information, Liquipedia? I feel like you made that up. I feel like somebody slipped and fell and typed something on their keyboard and nobody had changed this. Anyway, Dante Panglin. You know, Dante. I think Dante Panglin is cooler than the Pangolier. Even though, I mean, Pangolier is cool. I am once again, the executive decision. I'm gonna say Dante Panglin sounds cooler than just the Pangolier. Not that the title is bad. I just think the name is just better. Yeah. All right. Phantom Assassin, Mordred. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this is the knight who betrays King Arthur in Arthurian legend. Jesus fucking Christ. Did I read this before? I swear I haven't read these trivia things before. But yeah, okay. Yeah. I remember watching some King Arthur stuff growing up. Yeah, Mordred the Phantom Assassin. You know, I like the name Mordred. But even though she's not really a backstabber, she's just an assassin. But I feel like that's still a cool name for an assassin. Mordred? Damn. I think Mordred is better. Yeah, look at that. We're 3 for 3. Or better than their normal name. Because Phantom Assassin is kind of... eh. Oh, now Phantom Lancer, though. His name is Azraith. Azraith the Phantom. Nah, I feel like that's a bit of a misleading name. The Phantom Lancer, though, because like, if ever there was going to be a person who could truly hold the title of being a phantom, the guy who makes copies of himself, I think that's better than her. So I think Azraith is worse than his normal name. It's not a bad name, just his title is just so fitting. All right, so next we got Icarus. Oh no, he's not called Icarus anymore. I mean, it's called Icarus Dive, but yeah, back in Dota 1, this Phoenix was called Icarus, but now he doesn't have a name. Oh damn, okay. No name, no alt name for Phoenix. That took me by surprise. Okay. All right. Now Primal Beast has no name. Okay, no name for Primal Beast. That's his title. He has no name. But since he's like a puppy, he's like a little puppy. You can call him. I'll name him after my cat, which you can see right there. His name, his title is Primal Beast. His lore name is Leche. Leche the Primal Beast. Yeah. All right, Puck the Fairy Dragon. Nah, I think Puck is a better name. It's unique. Like, it's also fitting of the whimsical fairy dragon. Yeah, Puck. I could have sworn Puck is also it's a name from something of literature. Was it from Dante's Inferno, or was it like a Greek legend? Or fuck, I'm gonna scroll down. It's gonna spoil me. What was it? Puck. Oh, really? Puck is the first and only hero created by the community. Oh, it's from Shakespeare. Okay, yeah. So Puck comes from Shakespeare. Okay. Then yeah, I think Puck's name is better. So the fairy dragon is worse than the normal name. Okay. Pudge the Butcher. Nah, Butcher's cool, but Pudge, it fits him because like if Pudge wasn't the jolly, jolly's the wrong word. If he wasn't a jovial murdering flesh golem, then yeah, call him the Butcher. But he has a lot of personality, so keeping him Pudge is better. So the Butcher is worse than his normal name because Pudge is a better name. Pugna. They removed Pugna's title. I know what Pugna's title is. It's the Oblivion, which makes no sense, but yes. My phone went off. Sorry. Yeah, his old title was the Oblivion, but he just doesn't have it anymore. Okay, Pugna. He's just called by his name. If I had to give a name to Pugna, a title to Pugna, it could be like what? The Boom-Mage, the Boom-Magus, the little piece of shit. Dota 2 PowerPoints. That's his name. That's his title. Pugna, the Dota 2 PowerPoints. That's his title. Queen of Pain. Hold on, I gotta open up these other tabs here. So we got Queen of Bane, Razor, Ricky, Ringmaster, Rubik, Sand King. You know, I'm just gonna open a shit ton of these, and we'll just kind of go through them as fast as I can. There we go. So Queen of Pain, Akasha. It's a very Asian sounding name, but she's very much not Asian. Or at least she doesn't seem like it. No. So, okay. Akasha, the Queen of Pain. It's a cool name. I don't think it's cooler than Queen of Pain, though. Yeah. Queen of Pain is it's a Quap. Yeah, Quap. Yeah, it's a cool name. It's a cool fucking name. Razor, the Lightning Reverend. Lightning Reverend. I'm partial to Dota 1 Razor because I think he's cooler than Dota 2 Razor. Dota 2 Razor is kind of a skinny, lanky character. I think the Lightning Reverend would have been a cool fucking name instead of Razor. Okay. Ricky, the Stealth Assassin. I mean, this is kind of like it's a redundancy because assassins are supposed to be stealthy, even if just a little bit. This seems kinda redundancy. Nah, bro. Stealth assassin, not cooler than Ricky. I'll tell you what. Rubik, the Grand Magus. Ooh. Just imagine if Dota decided to call Invoker, because I know Invoker's other title is the Arsenal Magus, and Rubik was the Grand Magus. I think that would have been really cool. But Rubik's name is cool. His name is cool. His title is also cool. I think he belongs in the neutral category. They're both really good. They're both really fucking good. Yeah. Chrysalix, the Sand King. Nah, his name doesn't really invoke anything in me. The Sand King is a very appropriate title, I feel like. Yeah. Chrysalis is kind of it's whatever. It doesn't invoke anything. Shadow Demon does not have a name. He does not. Yes, I know Dota 1 he had one, but I think his Dota 1 name was I think it was a Warcraft related name. I don't even remember what it was, but alas, nothing. Now, Nevermore though. I'll be so real, they should have just called him Nevermore, because we have 3 heroes with the name Shadow in the fucking name. They should have called him Nevermore. Edgar Allan Poe right there. Come on, man, it's way cooler. What the fuck was Valve thinking? Really? What was Valve thinking? Yeah, keep it simple, because all you end up doing is confusing the new players. You're like, why is there a Shadow Demon, a Shadow Fiend, and a Shadow Shaman? And only 2 of those are demons. The other one is just some guy. So, yeah, like, keep Shadow Demon the only one with the word Shadow. So have Nevermore, Shadow Demon, and we'll get to the other one, but yeah, Shadow Nevermore. Oh my god, it's so on point. It is perfect. It genuinely perplexes me why Valve did not decide to give him the name Nevermore. What, Edgar Allan Poe suddenly gonna come out here and enforce his non-existent copyright because it's now in the free use in the free use market or whatever? Anyway. Now, Shadow Shaman is Rasta. Now, that's also a very appropriate name. I don't think it's quite to the level of what was Valve thinking, but I think Rasta is far better than Shadow Shaman. I like the name Rasta. Yeah, not to the same level as Nevermore, but it's definitely better than Shadow Shaman. Now, Silencer, Northrum. I like the name. It's kind of like an antivirus, right? There's an antivirus that goes by that name or similar to it, right? But nah, unfortunately, Silencer's name is just it's so on the nose, but it kind of has to be, you know, it kind of has to be. Like in this instance, if Valve wanted to showcase that this is what this guy does, just calling him by his title is just kind of perfect. So yeah. Dragonos. the Skywrath Mage. That's a cool name. It's a cool name. Skywrath Mage, though that's also really fucking cool. There's actually is he the only character? I mean, Magi. Is he? Because I was gonna say, was he the only character who outright calls himself a mage in the title of his in his given name? Magi is there, but you could argue that he's not really a mage because he's just, I think canonically, Ogre Magi is literally just playing with fire and flammable materials. Anyway, Skywrath Mage and Dragoness, those are both really cool names. I'm gonna put them in neutral. Slardar. What is it? The Slithering Guard. I think, because, spoilers, I think Slardar and Slark should have had some differentiation between them because their names are very similar. Ooh, yeah. Okay, this decision is being made with me checking what Slark's title was. Keep Slardar as Slardar. So Slithering Guard, I kind of don't like Slithering Guard anyway. So keep Slardar as Slardar. I don't like Slithering Guard. That is not a cool sounding name. But Slark is a kind of whatever name. But the Nightcrawler, shit. This one is just the X-Men, but it's a cool name. It's a cool name. It's an X-Men name. It's a fucking Jake Gyllenhaal movie, which was brutal and psychopathic, but you guys should watch it. It's an amazing movie. He really kills it in that role. But this name, I'm gonna put it here. I hate Slark, by the way. Just letting you guys know. I hate Slark, but they should have called this guy the Nightcrawler, because if they did, maybe people would take him more seriously and Valve would have nerfed him some more. Yeah, what the fuck was Valve thinking? Slark should have been called... Anyway. Snapfire. Oh, it's her last name. Beatrix Snapfire. Okay, so no alt name. Interesting. Could have sworn that... Okay, cool. Alright. Sniper, Cardell, I believe is his name. Cardell Sharpeye. The Sniper card. I think they needed to call him Sharpeye. They should have called him Sharpeye. Because the Sniper... It's too generic. It's too generic. Yeah, not Cardell. Don't call him Cardell. Call him Sharpeye. They could have called him Sharpeye, dude. They could have. I think that Sniper is worse than Sharpeye. Spectre. Does Spectre have a name? Mercurial. The Spectre. I mean, because it kind of sounds like ethereal, or yeah. It's a very similar sounding name. I think I prefer that Mercurial over the Spectre. It sounds cooler, and it still sounds very Ghost-esque. So yeah, better than the normal name. Spirit, what the fuck? No, not the Spirit Bear. Spirit Breaker, Barathrum. People still call him Bara. In fact, I hear people call him Bara. Out of all the heroes who get called by alternate names, I think Spirit Breaker gets called Barathrum more than any other fucking hero in this game. So just by that virtue alone, and also because we really don't need other heroes taking up this word, because there's going to be a lot of confusion. People will think that Bara is like the natural counter to the Spirit Brothers when he really isn't. Yeah, so I'm going to say Barathrum should have been his name. I like his name so much, I'm putting it there at the top. You know, what was Valve thinking? Barathrum should have been his name. Barathrum should have been his fucking name. I mean, it is his name, but you know what I mean. Storm Spirit. It is Raijin Thunderkeep. Oh, dude, that's a really cool name. What the hell? Oh, fuck! But again, I like I said, I think I'm partial to all the spirits maintaining their titles. But damn, I'm gonna have to put this in neutral because Raijin Thunderkeg. That's a cool fucking name, man. That's a cool fucking name. I'm gonna put that in neutral. It could go either or, but that's a cool name. Sven, the Rogue Knight. Ooh, these are both really cool. Sven is a simple name. It's a simple name, but it invokes images of like Viking level strength, you know, or like Germanic strength. I don't actually know if Sven is a Germanic or a Scandinavian name, either or. But still, it invokes like imageries of really strong things. But the Rogue Knight is also a very cool side. You know, fuck. Neutral. Because they're both really good. They're both really fucking good, dude. They're both really good. I think, yeah, Sven is fine. Rogue Knight could have been good. Sven is also good. Alright, home stretch. Let's get these out. I'm gonna open all of these up now. Let's get to it. Oh shit, there's still actually quite a bit. Okay. All of these are open now. Apologies if this video is very messy. I can't even see the tabs. Now, techies. Yeah, squeeze, spleen, spoon. Would have that worked better? Because I feel like Techies' name kind of supersedes the lore name. Because the name Techies was already infamous before he was even added to Dota 2. That being said, squeeze, spleen, spoon do sound very funny as names. So, I think normally I would put it here. But I like a goofy trio name, kind of like Mo and Krill from Deadlock. So Squeeze, Spleen, Spoon would have been a funny hero name in an alternate universe, but I think it's neutral. They're both really good. All right, Templar Assassin, Lanaya, the Templar Assassin. I actually kind of like the name Lanaya. It's not the most mystical sounding name for a nerd assassin, but I think I don't have a strong opinion of either or, but I do like them both. You know, I mean, shit, Lanaya, Lena, Luna, Lanaya. Could have been, yeah, could have. Lena, Luna, Lanaya, Ricky, Gondar. Yeah, I could see it. But Templar Assassin's a cool name, because I already said that Mordred remains Mordred, the Phantom Assassin. I said that Ricky can stay Ricky, and Templar Assassin stays as Lanaya. Then does that mean only Nick's Assassin keeps the name Assassin? I think that's fine. Yeah, Lanaya. You know what? I kind of like Lanaya. No, sorry. I like Lanaya more than Templar Assassin. Okay. Terrorblade. Oh shit. What was Terrorblade's name? Is this like the title being named into the name changed the title and title changed the name? I could have sworn back in Dota 1 Terrorblade was his title. I don't know his name. I know that his Dota 1 lore was that he was Majina's Anti-Mage's brother. Was he Illidan? Was he Illidan Stormrage? Illidan Stormrage the Terrorblade. That doesn't sound right. Anyway, I just have to base it off what I see here. Terrorblade the Demon Marauder. The Demon Marauder is cool. I'll give you that. It's a cool title. It's not cooler than Terrorblade though. Sorry, Terrorblade's just a cooler normal name. Yeah, sorry. Terrorblade he's just built like that, you know? Tidehunter, Leviathan, the Tidehunter. Leviathan is a title, sir. This is also a title, sir. I think this is neutral. They're both really good, although Leviathan I kinda like Leviathan more. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put Tidehunter here. Tidehunter's name is cool. It's not bad, but Leviathan just sounds way cooler. Okay. Timbersaw, Rizrak. Now that's just like Razzle, but Rizrak, like Alchemist. The Timbersaw. But in this case, his name actually kind of fits. It sounds like the sound effect that onomatopoeia, I don't know. The sound that a buzzsaw makes, or a chainsaw. Yeah. See, it's very, very appropriate. I like it. I think I'm partial to putting that in neutral. Yeah. Next, Tinker. I forgot that this was his lore name. Boosh. Does he say it? Does he say it? I don't think he does. Dr. Tinker. Dr. Clinker. No, he doesn't. No, bro. I'm pretty sure that is his Dota 1 name as well. But Bosch is a dog. That's a dog water name, bro. That's a dog water name, man. No. Absolutely not. No. Ain't nobody calling you that. I'd rather call you Gordon Freeman. Can I call you Gordon Freeman? Can I call you Dr. Coomer? That's a reference that only the Half-Life fans will get. This is Dr. Coomer now. That's his canonical name. It's better than Boosh, I'll tell you what. Tiny, the Stone Giant. Once again, these are both names, but Tiny is way better than the Stone Giant. The Stone Giant is a vanilla fucking name, and I say that with some respect because I like vanilla ice cream or vanilla flavored things, but no, I'm not calling you the Stone Giant. I'm calling you Tiny. No, Tiny is better than the Stone Giant is worse than Tiny. All right. Roof Trellin. The Treant. Both of these sound kind of good. The Treant Protector. Those are both kind of good. Roof Trellin. I like that. I like it. I mean, what other Ent characters do we know from Lord of the Rings? There's literally just Treebeard. I think it's just Treebeard. And in fact, Treebeard's name is more on the nose. Like, Roof Trellin sounds like a name somebody would come up with trying to hide the fact that it's not a tree, or like immediately apparent that it is a tree. But Tolkien don't give a fuck. He just said, you're a Treebeard. Okay, I'm Human Beard. Nice to meet you. I like it. I think it stays in neutral, right? Yeah, neutral. Troll Warlord. Jarakal. I like it. It sounds like it actually does sound like a troll name. Jarakal. He does pronounce it right. He does call his own name. Yeah, he does. Jarakal. I like it. But Troll Warlord is also a really cool name. So I'm going to put it in neutral. It could go either or. You know, feel free to express your differing opinions in the comment section. But I like it. It's fine. Tusk. Ymir the Tusk. I could have sworn that his title back in Dota 1 was Tuskar, or was that his name? It was Tuskar. Yeah, like Huskar, Tuskar. Was that his title or was that his name? I don't know. Anyway, Ymir. Very Scandinavian name. Very Northern European name. The Tusk. You know, I kind of prefer Ymir over the Tusk. I like Ymir better. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, I like Ymir better. Yeah. It sounds... Well, the Tusk is also a cool sounding name, but Ymir just... It's because the Tusk is friend. He is friend. He is friend. He's round. Like, he's a ball. He's friend. So why Tusk? Tusk is not friend. Ymir is friend. Underlord. Underlord is not friend. Underlord is Vorgos. The Underlord. That's a poopy name, bro. That's a poopy name. Nah. I like playing Underlord, but that's a poopy name. I know his title back in Dota 1 was the Pit Lord, and he probably had a Dota 1 standing name. Or was it Vorgos? Either way, it's a poopy name. I'm not calling him that. Undying. What? The Almighty Dirge. So Undying is his name. The Almighty Dirge. I thought it was just Dirge. Like the Dirge. But Almighty Dirge. Ooh. He's got adjectives in his name, bro. Then again, Undying is that's kind of an adjective as well. The Almighty Dirge versus Undying. Nah, Undying is cooler. Undying, it tells you what he does or what he is. Yeah, Dirge. It's not bad. It's not bad for sure. It's not bad. Dirge, almighty Dirge, but Undying is straight to the point. It's on the nose, and it's his name. Ursa, Ulfsar, yeah, Ulfsar, the Ursa warrior. I think these are neutral because they're both. I mean, Ursa is just literally it's Greek, right? Is it Greek or Latin for bear? Latin. Okay, so yeah, Latin for bear. I mean, this just sounds like you trying to add the word Ursa to bear, but it's good. I think it's neutral. I think it's both good. It's not a strong neutral, but it's a neutral. Venge, Shendilzer, Shendilzer, Zere. I know that her nickname in Skywrath calls her Shen, but Shendilzer, the vengeful spirit. I think, just like I said with Spirit Breaker, we should call these anyone who isn't a spirit brother shouldn't be called spirit, especially her, because the spirit is the second part of her name. Earth spirit, ember spirit, vengeful spirit, storm spirit. People would be confused. What the fuck was Valve thinking, in my opinion? Yeah, Shendilzer. That's a cool sounding name. Yeah, Shen. The players would call her Shen or Shendel. Yeah. What the hell, man? All right. Venomancer. Lasal Deathbringer. The Venomancer. I feel like calling a snake the Deathbringer is a little. You're gassing him up too much. I feel like this would be more appropriate for Doom or something, or like a walking fire tornado, not a venomous snake. It's a cool name. I feel like it's a bit overdone. It's a bit heavy-handed. It's a bit garish as far as names are concerned. So I would put it here. I don't like it as much as the Venomancer. Now, Viper is the Nether Drake. I actually think, because, well, number one, we have way too many fucking games where we just call things. We have Viper from this game. We have Viper from Valorant. We have Viper from Deadlock. I'm pretty sure there's other Viper shit out there. With Viper from Kung Fu Panda. So just call him the Nether Drake. It would make him more unique, Yeah, I think the Nether Drake would have been a better name. It would have been a better name. Visage or Visage. The bound form of necrotic. No fucking clue what this meant. I've always wondered, because I saw this back in Dota 1. What does this mean? Does this mean anything? No, it literally means nothing. This is a word made up by Dota 1, and they never expounded upon it. No one's calling you this, man. Your Visage or Visage, Dogwater, bound form of necrotic, Dogwater. Fucking alt name, bro. Dogwater alt name. Okay. Void Spirit, Inai the Void Spirit. Nah, like I said earlier, I'm impartial to the spirits keeping their fucking titles. So you're Void Spirit, not Inai. Alright, Warlock. I believe your name is Demlock Lanik. Now this is tough because the Warlock that's as generic names come. Imagine if they added a Sorcerer. Like, this is D&D. We're adding D&D classes to Dota. Introducing the Fighter. Introducing the Sorcerer. Introducing the Barbarian. No! But then again, this name is kind of a nothing name. I'll be so real with you. This is a nothing name. Demlock Lanik? That's a nothing name. But unfortunately, Warlock, I think you win the award of the most ass name for both. Both your name and your title are both kinda ass. But because they're so ass, because your title is so ass and so generic, you automatically belong here. That because your lore name just kind of automatically gets defaulted into being better than your title. I'm not saying I like either of them. They're both kind of ass, but there you go. Weaver. What does Weaver actually have? Skitsker. Skitsker the Weaver. I kind of, because he keeps making those fucking noises with his mouth. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, he keeps making those fucking noises with his mouth. So, I think his name is better than his title. Yeah, Skitsker. Yeah, it's better. I like it. Wind Ranger. Lyrelay? Does she pronounce it? I think she pronounces it in her arcana. Let's see. Here.
Lyrelay the Wind Ranger.
Lyrelay
the Wind Ranger.
Lyrelay the Wind Ranger. I'll be real. Nah, I prefer your title. Like, if Drow can become track 6, then you can be Wind Ranger. I think that's one of my hidden goals in this list, was to make sure that if any heroes retain the same titles and stuff, like Drow Ranger, Wind Ranger, make sure that only one of them is the Ranger. So Drow becomes track 6, Wind Ranger becomes Wind Ranger, or she stays. So I think her alternate name of Lyrelay is worse than Wind Ranger. Next up, Winter Wyvern, Oroth. I to some people, I think they'd say that Oroth is a nothing name. I actually kind of like it. I kind of like it over Winter Wyvern. Or not over, but they're both really good. Some people would probably put it here, her here, in worse than normal name, but I will put her in neutral. I will put her on neutral because I like it. Oroth. Maybe it's because I've been rewatching clips from Dota's Dragon's Blood, and she's best girl. But look at me being biased. What, me? No. Next up, Witch Doctor. What the fuck? Zarvako, the Witch Doctor. Zarvako. It's almost so strange, but it works because he's a witch doctor, a literal witch doctor. I feel like no, because like Lion was the demon witch. Witch doctor is the witch. I feel like yeah. This one, they're both good. I actually like how this one has a reason to be zany and weird and kind of incomprehensible. I think I'll put this in neutral. I would almost say that Zavarko could go here in better, but I think it belongs in neutral. I like them both. My personal opinion, they're both good. Finally, we have Wraith King Osterion. Is it no? It's Osteron. No, it's not Osterion. Does he pronounce his own name? I'm pretty sure the one true king does. This is just for the sake that I don't fuck up. Oh, how do I? There we go. He doesn't. Did I mispronounce his fucking name, or did I mistype it, bro? No. He just doesn't pronounce his name. Okay. Either way, Osterion. I mean, because I could be wrong. Isn't osteoporosis? That has something to do with bones. That would have been more fitting when he was still the Skeleton King, not as the Wraith King. Osterion does sound fucking cool, though. I think it goes in better than normal name. Unless he's Skeleton King. If he was Skeleton King, because Skeleton King is better than Wraith King, Osterion stays in better than normal name. People are probably going to be mad at me for mispronouncing that, but whatever. Yeah, Osterion. Okay. Next up, we got the last one. Zeus, just like Mars, the first son of heaven. Zeus, the Lord of heaven. And I think I gotta give him the same treatment as Mars. That's a cool fucking title. Cool title. Lord of heaven. God of the sky. Why is Dawnbreaker here? Oh, did I forget? I'll get to them in a second. Zeus has to stay worse. It's not a bad title. It ain't a bad title, man. But it's just not. It's not better than being called Zeus. Okay. All right. Now I have to retroactively go back. Because I forgot Dawnbreaker and Ringmaster. Even though I think Ringmaster doesn't have a. I don't think he has a name. Ringmaster is. Here we go. Dawnbreaker. Valora. That's a cool name. That's a cool fucking name. Valora. The Dawnbreaker. I mean, isn't the Dawnbreaker like that one sword from Skyrim? But Valora. I like Valora. I think Valora sounds cooler than Dawnbreaker. Not that Dawnbreaker's a bad title. It is not a bad title. It is a really good title. But Valora is a really cool sounding name. I will put her in better than normal. And finally, Ringmaster. Whoa, what the fuck? I didn't know he had a name. Coglio My dyslexia and or crippling illiteracy is going to be the death of me. Kettle. Please tell me he pronounces it so I don't have to do this myself and make a fool of myself, please. Please. Oh, yes.
Cogliostro Kettle. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Cogliostro. Does he say it again? Okay.
The great Cogliostro.
Cogliostro Kettle. Cogliostro. That's a, Cogliostro. That's a cool name. That's a cool fucking name. That's better than Ringmaster in my opinion. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in better than normal. Yeah. Cogliostro Kettle. I didn't know he had a name. Okay, I could have sworn that he just didn't have a name. Okay. And now finally, just for the ones in no alt name, I just want to give those who have a name but no title. Myrta? What would be... I guess I could refer this to you guys in the audience, assuming anybody's gonna watch this second channel video. What would be a cool title for Myrta, Snapfire, Pugna, Marcy, Kez? I think that's it, because everyone else is named after their title. Look here, I'll line them together. Damn it. Here, I'll do this. Yeah, here. So Kez, Snapfire, Myrta, Marcy, and Pugna. These are their names. What would be cool titles to give them? I know Pugna's Dota 1 title was The Oblivion, but that doesn't really make sense. So yeah, come up with your names. I think Pugna could maybe be the Nether Magus. That would be cool. The Nether Magus? Yeah. Maybe Marcy could be Child of the Sun. Yeah, Child of the Sun, maybe. Because that's how she got her powers. Because if Marana is Princess of the Moon, then Marcy could be Child of the Sun, because that's how she got her powers. Myrta could be, I don't know, the gunslinger of retribution. I don't know. The retribution, vengeance gunslinger. Snapfire could possibly be like, I don't know. Or give her like the Moe and Krill treatment. Maybe just don't forgo a title altogether and just call her Snap and Mort. Snap and Mortimer. Snapfire and Mortimer. Snap and Mort. Mort and Snap. Mort Snap. Her ship name is Mort Snap. And Kez is there too, I guess. Alright, so here is my finalized list. Let's see if I can Let's see if I can get this all in view. Let's see if that's even possible. No, I don't think it is. All right, so there you go. Here are all of my picks for this little tier list. Apologies if you guys disagree or agree, or you're free to make your own goddamn list. But hey, Valve decided to give these heroes weird names. Some of them were really good, some of them were really on point, some of them were not on point. I have strong opinions about the ones up here. I'm gonna scroll this in slow motion so you guys can see it better. But yeah, that should be the list. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I have some more videos cooking on the main channel. I'm also planning to upload some experimental stuff on the main channel, or at least stuff that I don't normally do, so it's going to be a little different. Hopefully that goes well, and let me know what you guys think about this little list that I made here. Thank you all for watching. Do the YouTube things. I have seething contempt for all my viewers, especially those who don't hit the like and subscribe button, especially for this channel and the main channel. You should just give me all of your money, honestly, if you ask me. It's not that hard to do. Like, I'm really asking you, just as a small favor, if you could just sincerely upload your entire savings account into my YouTube membership. Thank you very much.